Hello, Aries. So nice to see you and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. I have an intuitive message for you today. We're going to look at your inner world as well as your outer world. And I'm going to draw cards as we're talking. So the cards on the inside of this spread represent what's going on inside with you. And the cards on the outside represent the outside world, and we're going to look at, again, the interaction between the two. So starting from the inside, you've got some worries on your mind, Aries, things you're concerned about. I do feel these worries are connected to a specific person. This person does not look at the consequences of their action. They tend to make destructive choices that are ultimately self-destructive, but also tend to hurt and impact those around this person. So, Son of Horns is what we're talking about. Person that doesn't tend to think rationally, again, they don't think about consequences, they just act and react out of their feelings, looking for quick fixes, looking for easy way outs, but kind of wreaking havoc in the meantime. This energy also represents any sort of self-destructive tendencies you may be having or fighting with within yourself that you're aware of. And what's interesting about this spread is we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords here represents the past. So you're worrying about something impacting your present as if, let me phrase this a different way. So there's something that you feel connected to your past and it's on your mind, and you're feeling like whatever happened in the past is also going to happen in the present, because you know how this person acts. You know that they're not considerate. You know that they tend to be impulsive. They make these choices that don't make sense, and it ends up hurting people. The literal imagery on these cards is really interesting. We have this going to this ram trying to eat this hallucinogenic lichen. And then we have this eagle feeling anguish because of the DDT in the eggshells. The DDT was a pesticide that weakened the eggshells so that when birds would sit on their nests, the eggshells would actually break from their weight because they were too thin. And so this is crying over the past hurt, crying over the past. So it's likely this person is either back in your environment, or you're being reminded of them, or it's like they're coming back to you and you're just worried, you're kind of haunted by the memory of what it was like the last time and all the hurts they tend to inflict upon you when they're acting in their self-destructive way. Now, Aries, what I love about this deck and what I love about these cards for you is, look, these arrows aren't actually touching the bird. The bird isn't getting hurt by any of these arrows in the present moment. It's crying over the past, over something that it couldn't help, something that happened to it. But in the present moment, it's not in danger. There's nothing to worry about. So focusing on this person, focusing on what they might do or what they did or all that stuff, that's what's actually causing you the problem, not the person themselves. It's your thought about this person and the fact that they're sucking energy from you because you're thinking about them. Okay, because when we look at the outside world, we have a very different story going on. We have the Ten of Cups, which is the word overflowing, and the Mother of Feathers. So we have this idea of bliss and harmony and happiness in the moment. You don't need to understand or analyze why am I happy, but this happy moment has been attracted to you, this happy situation. You notice that everyone is provided for in this Ten of Cups. So we have all sort of different cups providing the flow, providing this overabundance of joy, but we also have baby kingfishers eating and the big kingfishers feeding them. I don't know if you can see the difference in size, but this is the big, I'm assuming it's the father, could be the mother, big parent, and then smaller kids. So everything is actually being taken care of. All the small things, all the big things are being taken care of. And you've attracted this situation, our mother of feathers, you've attracted this into your outside world. It could also be that what we've got is we've got a happy and sad clown face going on. Where sometimes we have this trope of clowns having a happy face painted on, but they're crying inside. That's a little bit what's happening here. On the outside, everything looks fine. Everything looks great. Taken care of, it's going well. You're in control. You have actually attracted this positive situation to you. But inside, you're worried about the past. You're worried about this person messing it up. And you're worried about this person doing something destructive again. So the thing is, Aries, again, he's not, or she is not actually doing anything. It's all up here. The only way that this person is causing harm to you in this moment is the fact that your thoughts about them are causing you to focus on something which isn't good for you. These are much happier cards. So let's get some advice. Okay, Ace of Feathers, inspiration. So interesting, we have the Mother of Feathers, and then she's a fiery energy who will not be contained. We have this Ace here, Ace, inspiration, and sometimes in other decks when I'm doing readings, I look at this as the mother and this is the child, the baby that she gives birth to. But we can even extend that metaphor into this deck because this inspiration here is a creative project. And back up. It's the idea of creating something different, creating something new. So for you, Aries, this is creating a different train of thought, a different way of looking at the world, one that's more connected to your feelings and how things actually are in this moment, rather than the mind of what you think is going on. So I think it's really interesting with these birds. It's kind of like the golden eagle is flying up and the owl is freaked out and flying away. And the owl is associated with nighttime and nocturnal things like nightmares and worries and dreams. There's also a lot of power in the night because if you can see through the darkness, you can see things that aren't apparent to others. Your perception is clearer. And the eagle is that higher perception during the day. So we've got a pair, night with the owl looking in through the darkness, seeing the way things truly are, and the daytime, seeing things from a higher perspective. So, okay, how do we make this into practical energy and advice for Aries? Okay, so my guides are saying to run with this energy of the fire, as in run with the eyes that see truly and the heart that's inspired and the heart that is courageous and true. All of this stuff saps the energy away from that creative and courageous heart. And Aries, that's one of your gifts to the world, are these energies, the fiery energies. This stuff is sapping that energy away. So this is pulling the focus back to you and what is it that you want to be creating in your world right now? Is it more energy? Is it more inspiration? Is it more peace? Is it more liveliness? Is it social time? What is it that you're wanting to create? And bring your focus back to that, away from this fears of what the person is doing or might do. This is interesting because what my guides just said also has personal relevance for me in my personal journey. They're saying that anytime we sit worrying about another person or what they might do, we are giving them all of our power. And this is saying take back your power and run with it. So, I mean, can you imagine? You're giving your power to a ghost. You're giving your power to a fantasy, something that's not there. And it's likely that the reason why this person is in your life is because you did give them all your power before. And now you're doing it again, but it's all in your mind. So that's something you can control. That's something that you can change. And so this lightning comes through to kind of pull that pattern apart and allow you to run forward with that heart energy that's truly courageous and truly, we want to say, open and strong. All right, it doesn't get lost in these worries. So Aries, you got to grab the essence of you and run with it and drop all that other junk. Okay? All right. So, Aries, are you feeling particularly inspired about anything right now happening? If yes, please let me know in the comments. If you have something completely else to say, awesome also to hear from you in the comments. If you're curious about what else I offer and how else I can support your journey, please check out the description below. There's information there for you. And I look forward to seeing you here next week. Have a good one.